Is the chicken juice worth the squeeze? Why small decisions, low effort wins, and mental math matter more than you think. Most mornings, my wife and I start the day with coffee, the New York Times puzzles, and a scroll through our news feeds. Mine's full of business trends, travel deals, AI updates, and Duke basketball insights. Hers? Let's just say it's peak algorithmic chaos. The other day, she sent me this post from Daily Laughs. Adulting is putting back a pack of chicken for $11.58 because you found one for $11.17. I had to admit, yep, that's me, and I'm proud of it. I find grocery shopping cathartic. H-E-B's playlist rocks, and I get to make thrilling financial decisions like saving 41 cents on poultry. But behind the absurdity is a real question. Does this kind of decision-making actually matter? Let's nerd out for a second. Ben Franklin, who, contrary to popular belief, never said a penny saved is a penny earned, wrote, "A penny saved is 2 pence dear." Adjusting for inflation, that 1737 penny is worth about 80 cents today. Suddenly, my 41-cent poultry swap basically gets halfway to founding father frugality. Now, say I make 3 of these micro decisions per week, adjusted for inflation, and I invest the savings in index funds returning 7% annually over 40 years. That's around $28,308. Not bad for switching out a pack of chicken. Of course, this isn't really about groceries. It's about the mental math behind whether something is worth the time, effort, and cost. This is what I call the juice versus squeeze equation. In this case, the squeeze is small. A negligible decrease in calories, bonus, and 4 extra Roosevelts in our bank account. 5 extra seconds. Rock out a little longer to Maroon 5 or Matchbox 20. Totally worth it. I think this way in other areas too. Take the abundant Texas toll roads. My Google Maps default is to avoid tolls. But I do a quick mental scan. Is 75 cents to save 3 minutes worth it? Usually not. But $2 to avoid I-45 traffic on the way to the airport? Absolutely. It's time, money, and stress. They're all part of the quickie juice squeeze decision matrix. I apply the same logic in business, especially in innovation work. Projects expand to fill time and resources. But more doesn't always mean better. The question is always the same. Is the added squeeze worth the potential juice? When you're adding people, budget, or weeks to a project, you better be sure the incremental value is worth it. Sometimes, like my chicken decision, the payoff is clear. With enough time, thanks to compounding, a small sacrifice leads to a measurable gain. Other times, the win is more subtle. Peace of mind, reduced stress, better alignment. Not freaking out driving to the airport concerned about missing my flight, with the added bonus of, if I'm early, extra drink in the lounge. But if you never ask the question, you're potentially missing out. So here's my challenge to you. This week, pay attention to your own juice squeeze moments. It may not feel like much, but small wins repeated often are how meaningful change begins. Where in your daily life, personal or professional, are you skipping over small, low-effort wins that could compound over time? It's not about hoarding pennies. It's about spotting easy wins that add up financially, emotionally, or strategically. So why am I talking about chicken mid-season of my plastic series? Because behavior change lives and dies in the margins. Declining a straw is not going to save the planet. The return is minimal, but the effort involved is practically non-existent. Squeeze that chicken. Let's hope the SEO gods understand nuance. Sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze. It just takes a moment of thought to capture obvious wins, no matter how small they seem, but only if you're paying attention.